You know what I'm saying? We back. I can hug this table right now.
I know. It feels so good to be home.
We missed you guys. I'm done. It's the singing for me. All right.
So, welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's Akina and Britt.
On the spiritual tip.
Where we talk about the spiritual.
Shut your mouth.
You better shut it. But not all the way. We want to hear your opinions. So
we're hyped right now, y'all.
We are because we took what's our topic today?
Oh my gosh, it's called "Give Me a Break."
Give me a break.
A very long break.
We did, but it's funny because when we wanted the hiatus, I don't think we really needed. We didn't even know that we needed the hiatus as much as we did when we did it. And then we just went through like a trail of like I think personal and just spiritual events that.
Yeah, they just popped up out of nowhere, and we were like, "Dang, we really did need a break."
Yeah.
So it worked out.
It did, and that's how we came up with this topic. Yeah. Because we were like, "Dang, we really did need a break." Like, if we didn't take the break,
we need to explain to the people why we took a break.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So let's jump into it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so out of respect of honoring ourselves and taking a break and a hiatus, First of all, thank you guys for supporting us.
Yeah.
Right? And still supporting us.
And asking about us.
Yeah, because, we be going under the radar a little bit. We do.
We do.
But we always pop back out.
Yeah.
Pop back out.
Definitely.
So, I want to open up and ask you a question.
Okay.
What does it mean? What's the importance of taking a break to you? Like, what does that mean for you?
Taking a break for me, honestly, is giving myself some time to do like what I want to do and be free. So because I am a person who I really honor my freedom, sometimes a regimen can get mundane to me and it can also stagnate me. So in order for me to change things up and kind of renew myself, get my creativity together, get myself together, reorganize, it's very important for me to take a step back from everything I'm doing and just do nothing. Even if that means nothing with my friends, like going out with my friends means like I'm not doing the things I need to do to like be where I want to be. I'm just living in the moment.
Yeah.
I really am honoring the moment. Right. This part of my life.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
What about you?
So
I feel like you're good at taking breaks though.
I am, but like I also am. I'm a person who sticks to regimens too.
Yeah.
A lot, and I never noticed until. First of all, this break was Akina's idea. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah.
You actually was like, I need a break. I need to just live my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she got a point. Because we've been ripping and running for the longest. And sometimes you just really need to decompress and just be.
And we work multiple jobs outside of this.
Yes, we do. And willingly,
Yeah.
But like, for me, taking a break really just means... Like you said, I guess you hit it on the you hit it on the nail.
Yeah.
Like just being myself and not having any tasks to do.
Yeah, and not having a face.
And not, like just being a human being
and feeling. If I want to be angry that day, I'm angry. If I want to be overwhelmed that day, I'm overwhelmed.
And I have to put on a face, right?
That's what I'm saying. We got to put faces on. We're healthcare workers, so we put faces on. We also do things outside of healthcare that we help people, and it's just like you have to give yourself to.
I gotta help myself first.
It's like you got to give into all these cups. So it's really, really. I think even the more spiritual I got, the more important it was for me to be like, whoa, I need to take a step back.
Me too. Because as cliche as it sounds, you have to pour from a full cup, right? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. You're no good for anybody around you.
Kia's cup must be full at all times. Like Brittany knows. Like just like how you be like, if I'm not into it, I'm not going. If my cup really is not full, whether that means emotionally, financially, mentally, anything. I cannot be a part of it.
Me either. That is really me.
And I get it.
I have no problem saying I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
And sometimes I find myself like, even like if I go out with my friends, I find myself like, damn, 3 weekends in a row I've been going out. I gotta take a break.
Yeah. It's like a whirlwind.
Even this weekend, I was supposed to go out.
Yeah.
And I remember in the group chat, I was like, I'm gonna chill. I'm not doing anything at all.
Well, y'all know I'm good for that.
I get it.
I know.
I totally get it. So, like the importance of taking breaks. And I think that because we're in a society that we're always moving, it's weird sometimes to just stop.
But you always got to come back to yourself.
Always. I don't know how people don't do it because I feel like a crazy person.
Well, people do go crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I have 10 personalities and I'm like, no, this is not me. I'm probably have all these different energies that I need to just push away.
What's their names, girl?
Well, we got Akina, we got Kiki, we got Leandra.
I love Leandra.
Those are the top 3 right now. Depends on the day. So let's go to the next one. Like, so what is something that you learned over this hiatus? Like, what did you learn? Because it was a lot of things. I feel like we went through things.
I went through a lot of things that I didn't know I was going to go through. So I wasn't really prepared. But I feel like those are the best lessons when you're not prepared and they just pop up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
woo, girl, that's a word.
I mostly observed other people and how they interact with me.
Okay.
So I'm in a state of, I told you this the other day.
Yes.
I told you this too.
We had a really good conversation the other day.
We did. Mm-hmm. I'm in a state of, I wish you would. I really wish somebody would.
That's the
Seriously.
PC. I wish a nigga would.
I wish a nigga would.
Okay.
So I've learned people really be minding my business.
Yeah.
Don't mind my business unless you're going to pay a bill.
And that's on period.
So it's really been more people and how I interact with them.
Okay.
And yeah.
So you feel like that also included a little introspection? It
did, though.
Yeah.
It did. And I was just like, wow, I think that I allow people to do certain things in a sense.
Yeah.
But don't get it twisted. Like, it's just
me.
I know me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need you to take 10 steps back because I know me.
Right.
And you're not going to tell me about me.
Right.
Yeah, that's what.
But I have a devil's advocate point of view to that. So somebody like me.
No, that's different. So not my friends.
Okay.
So my friends come from a very loving place.
Yes.
And I know their hearts, and I know when they're trying to constructive criticize.
Yes, like
right?
help
me and change my perspective.
A new perspective,
a little bit.
Right.
I'm talking about the people who don't have that place. Okay, and it's been popping up a lot.
Like,
hit your back crazy.
Yeah.
It's been popping up a lot. But I had to sit and I'm like, okay, why do people feel like they could though?
Yeah.
What have I allowed?
What do you think you've allowed?
I think my aura says I'm kind.
Okay.
But don't get me fucked up.
Yeah.
So it's boundaries, right?
Yeah,
I go back to boundaries and how I've always had to remember my boundaries and learn to enforce them. Mm-hmm. So as I'm growing, even in being 32, yes, I'm 32. I know. I'm 32. I've had to put them up and enforce them.
Yeah. I agree.
That's a word.
It is because I feel like on this hiatus for myself personally, I feel like I discovered new boundaries. So I feel as I shift in who I am and where I'm at in my life, I always talk to you about and my other friends, like I just want to be in a place where people are more like-minded than me. They're like me or I can learn from them. And I felt as though I was, allowing my past to kind of block my future. So because I don't never want to come off too bougie, I never want to come off like I forgot where I came from, I tend to give grace
and don't do that.
And give a lot of grace for people, and I see more potential in people than what they are. Mm-hmm. So I could see your power, but you can't really see what I can see. Mm-hmm. So therefore, I'm like, I'm gonna have you by my arm all the time because I can see your power, and we'll do it together. But then they do things that remind you, we're not the same. So then I got to take a step back and I have to revoke access because when I love you, and I'm going to say this all the time, like Brittany know my tagline, when I love you for real.
Yeah.
So I also had to learn too, relationship-wise, my requirements. So I really can't negotiate my requirements. No. So that's another thing I learned within my hiatus was like, wow, like, yes, you might love this person, but what are your requirements? Are they being met? And once again, how is your cup being filled?
Wait, I learned that too.
Yeah.
I really did. Wow.
What are your requirements? And are you being true to your requirements?
Yes.
Because if you're not, because the thing with me, if I'm not being true to my requirements and who I am, down the line, there's going to be issues.
Yeah.
So it was very important for me to kind of take a step back and like, Akina, what do you want? Instead of people are nice, people are great, people are kind, but ultimately, is it hitting the requirements? Whether it's a friend or a romantic relationship, are these people hitting the requirements that you need to thrive and be a better person?
So I actually went through that same situation though.
Oof.
I did, and I had to end up disconnecting from the person in the midst of it because I had to take a step back and retrospectively think about, like, are you meeting my requirements?
Are you meeting my requirements?
And am I, cutting off my own potential by being with you?
Exactly.
Or sharing my energy with you?
Exactly. Or can we do it in a way where we're still transferring energy, but it's just not, I'm not getting depleted?
No, I cut it off.
Yeah. So for me, it was like, I just want to make sure I'm not getting depleted and I have to see certain things happen.
Yeah.
And I require this from anybody in my life now. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a friend or it's romantic, I need to know that we energetically are exchanging.
And we're aligned.
And that we are aligned. Yeah. I'm not talking about it looks nice on the gram, because I'm not into facades. Facades is not for me. And what you see on these screens with me and Brittany is pretty much what you get. It's very consistent.
It's definitely what you get.
So with that being said, I had to remember too, because you might be with people who don't have the same tenacity or mindset like you. Yeah. It looks good.
Yeah.
But are they really on the same journey that you're on?
But you can always tell.
Yes.
And it's really for you to make that decision and decipher it, because you can always tell if it is or not.
And also deciphering, because, we vibe. It's also deciphering, too. Do you like me because of...
Do you really love me like you say you love me?
Do you really love me like you say you do? And do you just see where I'm going to go? Yeah. So it's like, let me tag along. Yeah. And let me show you I'm here, too. Oh. Or are you really in the fight? Are you really in the mud trying to get it out here? And so we all collectively are together like, look at where we came from.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's very important to me. So what I've been doing is aligning myself with people who are like-minded, who are on the same journey as me, who kind of live like I live. Mm-hmm. I hate, and it's funny because I talked to my little sister, and she's like, listen, I know y'all say I'm this, I'm that, but I'm trying to be where the millionaires are. And I felt that. So on that note, and I also spiritually just got I feel like I just got reconnected to my culture and my spirit, because I definitely went to Honduras, and that was just another thing too. Just seeing how different people live from America was just so I haven't been there since I was a little girl. Mm-hmm. So to see the difference in the hustles, and people are still happy. They have 5 hustles. They figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
It makes you really think that we're really spoiled.
We're so spoiled here, and then
I'm grateful.
And I'm requiring. It makes me look at people, period, just like, what are you requiring of yourself? Mm-hmm. Because these people don't have half the shit we have. Mm-hmm. And they are happy. And they make their money. Yes, they might sell atol. They might sell freaking watermelon. I'm about to say in Spanish. They might sell watermelon. They might sell freaking, I don't know, macas, the freaking ham. They do it. They have
1 bedroom.
And they is chilling with their cerveza.
Yeah.
And their tortillas. And the beans.
And they're fine.
I also learned not to be gluttonous.
Oh.
Because they don't eat like we eat. They eat to live. They eat because you have to, but there's no snacks around. There's no copious amounts of food. Yeah, so my relationship with food has changed. It's been a whole, so that's certain things I've learned over the hiatus, Well,
I've been grounding more. Definitely been grounding more, because I've had time to do it.
Yeah.
And I've done more rituals.
Yeah.
My ritualistic aspect of my spirituality. I've done that more. And I got to know myself more.
Yeah, and be softer on yourself.
And know I like myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like me.
It's really important to like yourself. And not only like yourself, just love yourself. And don't be afraid of loving yourself. Don't be like, it's funny you said that, because that was something I wanted to say today too. It's so funny you brought that up. I don't know why people make it like it's a bad thing to love yourself.
And can y'all stop trying to humble people? That's weird to me.
That is weird. And check the material. You can humble nothing.
Why would you try to humble somebody? Everybody has the right to feel like they're beautiful and loved.
Period.
And all of that. Just for anybody who does do that, that's weird behavior.
And it's a reflection of yourself, actually.
Okay.
Stop it.
Just
get some help.
It's a reflection of yourself, ultimately.
Yeah.
But let people thrive and let people be happy in who they are.
Let people have nice things.
Just take care of you. It's okay.
Right.
And don't let nobody make you feel bad for that.
No.
If you feel like you're a bad bitch on Tuesday, you're a bad bitch on Tuesday. Period.
Okay.
Yes, queen.
Why she pick Tuesday, though?
I don't know. It's my day. It's Aries day. So I just thought Tuesday.
Is it?
It's an Aries day, yeah.
Friday's a Taurus day.
When is it?
Friday.
Oh, really? That's a good day.
Venus day.
So Tuesday's my favorite because it's an Aries day. Friday is money day, so I love Friday. I actually did a money candle last night.
Okay.
And then I like Sundays for rest.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are like my favorite. Sorry to get off tangents.
Hey, if it's
okay, you want to talk about things we working on?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
What we working on? So I cannot wait till y'all see the next episode because we have a hometown favorite coming in. I don't want to give you too much because our homie from back in the day, we've been what?
Wow.
We go way back like cat on crack. I don't promote crack, okay? Just so you know. But we go way back like hook crack.
We do. We've seen this man grow too.
We want to work on a couple of things. I think we also too. I mean, even us together, we want to go on some adventures.
Yes, we do.
We're gonna do some things in the next couple of weeks. I feel like we should blog it definitely.
We definitely have blog.
But we want to do like a mixers.
We definitely want to do mixers.
Definitely want to do some mixers.
We want to do little events, like little parties for you guys.
Yes, we want to do. We definitely got it. We're working on some photo shoot stuff.
Sis, you know what I was thinking we should do? We should put together a speed dating event.
I didn't text you that.
No.
Whoa! Yeah. I didn't text you that.
No. Look, we're talking about it on screen.
Wow,
so it's in the works.
Is so crazy because we were talking the other day, and when you were talking, I was like, why don't we just do our own?
Yeah, we don't do that.
We should.
We don't do that.
And for spirituals. I could have swore I texted you that.
No, so
that
that's
I wanted to do
I
it for spirituals.
Do it.
Because I feel like when you're a spiritual, it's
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You like the?
They're so cute.
Thank you. I bought these like 3 years ago and never wore them. So now I'm wearing them. I don't know how they got scratched up, but
wow. Okay, go ahead.
I feel like for us, dating in the spiritual world is really hard because your pool is so much smaller.
Please say it again, because
your pool is so much smaller.
The word.
Okay, and depending on who you like, what demographics you like, it's a little more difficult to get people to understand you and be aligned. So I feel as though that's a beautiful idea for us because we're spiritual and we know other spiritual people who are probably just as single as we are.
Have you ever dated someone and you told them what you were, your lifestyle, and they're like, really? What's that about?
Yeah.
What? And then you got to explain it, and then they're like looking at you and they think that you're crazy. And it's like, okay.
Or like voodoo. I hate that.
No one's ever actually told me that.
Yeah, I have people say that to me.
But I could see it in their eyes.
They're like, you do voodoo?
I ain't messing with that.
So
nobody is trying to put a spell on you.
Right.
Relax. Like that's not even.
I can say that the person I do date is very understanding of my spirituality. Even like getting me sage, getting me like, different articles. Even like if they even when they do dishes, they might put my like altar stuff on I have a counter in my, my kitchen that's just for spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
He'll put my stuff there. Yeah, it's like conjure station. He'll put it there and he'll be like, I washed it, it's there. And I'm like, okay, so it's, ultimately, even to the point where it's like, oh, did you do a candle for me? It's like, oh, okay, I'll do a candle for you. But
yeah.
ultimately, in the dating world, I mean, thank God. Thank God that person's open-minded. He's open-minded. But in the regular world, no, they're not that open-minded. Yeah. No matter what culture you are, I think no matter what culture,
you have to be open-minded to that
definitely
kind of thing.
You definitely do. Yeah. So I think that's a wonderful idea for us to do.
It's in the works. Because we just started talking about it, so now it's out there.
I can't wait to talk about like tarot with people. Because I really want to unpack that this season. I really want to unpack I want to do like a Mythbusters type of thing this season because there's so many different conduits that we use and so many different things we use that it's going to be copious to like unpack it and have people understand and different perspectives because we have different perspectives when it comes to like tarot. I feel like we are aligned with it, but I just can't wait to unpack it for that episode. Yeah. But just a couple of things that we want to do, and we also want to start, we want to engage more with you guys and include you into our journey. Yeah. Because this is for everyone.
It's gonna work better that way.
It really is, and it's for everyone. It's not just for us. This is not only therapy.
We do
for
this
us.
for y'all too.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. We got up at 6:00 this morning.
Oh my God.
For you.
No, for real.
It's a Saturday.
For real.
Okay.
It's for real. Right. Okay. It's big things happening.
All right.
Oh, I like this.
What's the next question, sis?
Putting yourself first. Ooh, I like this question because you know how I'm going to say it. You know what I'm going to say.
What you going to say? What's the question?
Is it okay to be selfish?
Absolutely.
And not settle?
Absolutely.
Unpack it. What's your definition? I feel like you're good at that.
Damn.
I do.
In a good way.
But in a good way, not in a bad way.
I'm not doing it. I've gotten way better over the years at being good at it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't always a person who was like, bye. I don't like what I see, bye.
No, you know what? Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, drop a bomb for me for that.
You gave a lot of grace. You gave a lot.
I
will even go to say, even when you like, even past person, I feel like you gave a lot of grace.
I did.
And
for no reason.
And you do it in a way too, because I'm like, well, who cares? Stay over there. And you like, no, but da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay. You know, so yeah. I feel like you do give grace when you like somebody.
I give grace when I like someone, but I've grown to know that liking just isn't enough. I can like somebody all day and night, and then when it change the outcome. You know, relationships have nothing to do with the other person. It has everything to do with yourself. It's how you perceive things. It's how you react to things. It's how you dwell in your own space.
Period.
And so,
ooh, girl, making my shoulders tingle because it's so true. It's so
I've
true.
gotten way better over the years.
Okay.
I give grace when grace is due now.
Yeah.
You know, I can really see past people's intentions.
Yeah.
So I give grace that way.
Right.
It's not more like, oh, well, I like them. I could see they're a good person.
Yeah.
Well, I could see they're a good person, but they're not doing the actions to be a good person.
The requirements.
So I'm not going to give you
the requirements. We're not hitting the requirements.
I'm not going to give you that grace.
Right.
So, yeah, putting yourself first is essential.
Well, I'm never, ever afraid to be selfish.
No.
I think that's something that everybody knows, whether you're my friend, a foe, a toe. You know.
What is wrong with this?
You know,
girl?
Akina, let me tell you something. I wouldn't be where I'm at today
if you weren't selfish.
If I was not mother effing selfish. That's and true. I don't give a shit what anybody say. I used to have people who are like, I had people tell me like, you're selfish. Well, I'm Poe, so I can't give you nothing.
Wait, yes.
I'm piss po morally.
Yes.
I'm piss po emotionally. I got Nathan for you.
I got nothing to give.
So I've always been a person that if I'm not good, ain't nobody good.
And that's what I'm saying. If you're not, you can't pour from an empty cup.
You can't.
You are worthless. If not worthless, but you worthless.
Yeah.
If you can't operate from your highest vibration.
If Akina the Diva ain't good, ain't shit moving. Period.
And I got people to live for. So
for real, you know what I'm saying?
I got to be good.
So first. I do. So now I'm in a state where, you know, I was very egoist before. Like I was very in my ego and very like selfish. But now I'm selfish to a point where it's constructive. Mm-hmm. So I'm at a point where I'm altruistic.
Yeah.
But I also know my boundaries when it comes to me and I'm never afraid to be selfish. I feel like I teach people to be selfish.
You do. And that's a really good thing. It's a really good thing. Now, I'm going to flip it now.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like for the people around you? Because they have to get acclimated to you being selfish.
Yeah.
And that's where boundaries come in.
Mm-hmm.
Do people test your boundaries in that way? Do they get upset? Do they not understand?
I had only one experience, but that was in the past. We're no longer friends anymore. I had two experiences, actually, but that's because we weren't aligned.
Okay.
Where they kind of made me feel bad for being selfish. But at the same time, I look at where they're at, and they wasn't where I was at. So
right.
how
they're trying to be where
excuse my language, excuse my French, how the fuck you gonna tell me that I'm being selfish and you're not even where you want to be? You're trying to get like me.
Well, you should be selfish.
You need to be selfish.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about what I'm doing. You need to be a little bit more selfish. Or even in dating, the people I require you to be the best you can be when you date me.
Yes.
So I feel like people love me sometimes and they forget about what else is going on.
What did I say the other day? I want to be a part of your life, not your whole life.
So for me,
if you don't have nothing else going on, that's a problem.
That's a problem. So for me, I encourage the people that if I'm dating you, I encourage you to be selfish.
Do you? Please.
I encourage you to do what you want to do, and then me watching you in your selfishness.
Don't ask me though, because I'm terrible like that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
well, me watching your selfishness is hot to me. Like me watching you have your own itinerary, have your own, I got to do this,
your own identity.
And your own identity. I think that's so sexy and still be you know what I'm saying? Because it's very important to put yourself first.
Can I bring up a point? Can I ask you a question? Yes. So now when you look at people, not to be minding other people's business, but you know it's out there sometimes.
Right.
When you look at people in relationships, do you feel like they're lost in like their partner's identity? Like they don't know themselves at all?
Yeah, I actually just... This is going to sound so bad, guys.
No, it's not. Say it.
I actually despise sponges. So, they call them sponges when a wet sponge. Okay. Because what they say is that they basically become the person that they're like dating. I think that's the term. Yeah. I actually despise seeing people not be themselves, that like they change with every person they date.
Like a chameleon.
Oh my God. It hurts me in my soul when I watch a woman or a man just change. Mostly women. Yeah. Women. When I see them change with every person they're dating. Okay. Even their likes and interests change. And it's like, but that's not who you are. Yeah. Do you even know who you are at your core? That's a good example, I was watching a blog yesterday and they were talking about, I don't really like to bring her up, but Kim Kardashian. And I was like...
Kimmy Cakes?
Yeah. And they were talking about how she changed with every person she dates. Yes. And I was like...
Her and her sister. I'm so sorry, y'all. But Courtney...
And I said, even though she's my favorite... I feel like she was always a little emo.
Was she?
Yeah, I always thought
she know these people's lives, but I'm just saying I never seen
She's an Aries, so I always felt like she was like emo. I think she's more comfortable with her darkness now.
Okay, because she's dating somebody who is.
Yeah, and she don't really give a shit about all this. Like
she never did.
She had an image, she had the image. I guess they wanted her to uphold the image, you know. But somebody like Kim K, she changed the way person she date. Now she blind every day.
She blind.
She blonde.
Oh, she blonde.
Every day.
She blind.
Como gringa, como blanquita now.
Y'all know my bonita. I don't really keep up with them, but I said you blind. What?
No, she's blonde now. Every day she's blonde. Now
really?
She's flaca. What happened to the big butt, the little? I'm like, this
really?
Yeah, so these are just, if you need an example of people who change with every person they date, just watch. Just
now, I'm
observe.
not above it because I've done this before, but I was also younger and
you were
in
younger.
A different mind state. But I'm talking more so people who are engulfed in their partner, that they don't have their own identity. As in, I don't think that they know who they are outside of that person.
Yeah. I have to say.
Not so much that they mesh with them and do what they do, but they just don't know themselves outside of that person. So their whole identity is wrapped up in being a wife or a girlfriend.
I can't stand that. Because there's like more to life than that.
There's more to life than
I'm sorry, that sounds bad, right? I shouldn't say I can't stand that.
I feel like I've always been, people look at me being pessimistic, but this is really how I've always thought. We talked about this. I don't aspire to marriage. Like that's not like a goal for me. Like a lot of my women counterparts, they talk about it. And
we had a conversation like this.
Yeah, like they aspire to be married. That's great. Marriage is beautiful. I would love to be married one day. Me no have no ring yet. Yeah. But when I do get that ring,
I got rings, but I bought them.
You know what I'm saying? It's mine. So it's not a goal for me. I feel like people make it a goal, and then it's what they're engulfed in.
And then they settle. Because there's an image in their head.
So you should be selfish, right? And
definitely. I also do feel like you need to not be possessive.
Because I can't be possessed. That's one thing about me.
I really think people should watch that Lauren London interview.
Everybody's talking about it. I heard it was really good.
Because the way she explained love was like, that's me. Yeah. And she was just saying like she didn't learn until after the death of Nip. But that like, when you really are loving and you love somebody and you're in the vibration of love, there's no possession. And Lizzo also spoke about it on The Breakfast Club the other day. And it's like, why do we have to put so many boxes? Can we just be? Let's just be and
see where it
when
goes.
You love each other, that love, you're always going to come back to each other.
So we spoke about this the other day.
Yes.
So the person that I followed that has the same kind of story, they were, polygamous, I guess, in a way?
I'm not opposed to polygamy.
They were just open. They were open in their relationship. Shan Booty on Instagram.
Okay.
Have you follow her?
No.
Shan Booty on Instagram.
Okay.
So she was dating this man on and off. They were friends with benefits for a very long time.
Okay.
And they decided, we're me too. So they decided, we're still going to date other people.
Yeah.
But we're going to date each other.
Right.
And there was no possessiveness. They are married with 2 children now.
Right.
Because they decided, you're the one for me. They didn't want to be married or anything. Yeah. But I feel like we were talking about, when you put people in boxes and you these restrictions on them, it makes them want to go astray even more.
So that's me.
That's you.
Especially if not all my requirements are being met, then I feel like I'm being enclosed. I feel like the walls are closing in on me, and I'm like, I have to get out.
And so that plays into being selfish, right?
Yes.
So Okay, so it's polygamy for you.
So I like the idea of polygamy. You know, I like the idea.
Is that selfish?
My partner that I date knows I like the idea of polygamy, but
does he like the idea of polygamy?
No.
Really? That is so wild to me because he's a man. But I shouldn't put all men in boxes.
He's different. He's definitely not a monolith.
He's definitely different.
He's definitely different. When he looks at me, he's like, no. But me, I'm like, because I feel like.
Break it down. Why is polygamy for you?
I feel like everybody has different things.
Yes. Okay.
And I feel like I can be ever changing sometimes. So I do feel like sometimes it's good to have different energies to bounce things off of. Sometimes you get stagnated. Sometimes you need something new, Okay. And
I'm smiling because I'm just like,
yeah. So for me,
I know my friend.
I wouldn't, and I've said to the person I date, I'm like, I wouldn't mind having like 3 boyfriends. That's just me.
This is my other question now.
Yeah.
Are you the only person allowed to have partners?
They would be allowed to have partners. I don't know if I would be okay with it.
Y'all, I know my friends.
Yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily. I'll probably be like, I don't know if I would be. Honestly, I don't know if I'd be 100% okay with it unless we're like, she's really cool and like I'm really attracted to her, that we could just make it work.
So you would be dating the other person too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Some people are polygamous and they don't do that.
No, we'll date.
Because sister wives don't do that.
Oh, they don't do, well, no. I would. I'd be like, okay, we all dating. What's up? What's up? The only thing with my man, he's like, no men.
So that...
And I'm like, well, what's that going to do for me?
Right.
Because I got needs too. What the hell? But... Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's like, I got my own little fantasies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I just like our talks because, he's a sex enthusiast.
Yes.
So I feel like our talks are like, what other people talk about.
Box.
Yeah, what we talk about, I don't think a lot of people talk about. So I am not opposed to polygamy because I feel like you change.
I'm not opposed to polygamy for other people because for me... You know me.
Yeah.
I don't like being possessed.
Yeah.
But like, I also don't like the idea of somebody else on my man.
Yeah.
I don't know how strong I am for that.
But I guess my thing is...
That's my thing. You have to be very strong.
And know that you're a bad bitch.
And know that... yeah, but not even just that. To watch people be on somebody you love. You have to be very strong. You have to be very strong for that.
I guess.
But I know me, and my crazy gets a little off kilter sometimes, and just not to be in that predicament.
But you would have rules. There's rules. Like he'd be.
Then again, I was in a relationship where somebody tried to make it a polygamous relationship.
He'd be top man. He'd be top man. I would be top woman, and you guys have to get through these We have our requirements and our lists, and there are certain parameters.
That's how I know it's not for me because I've been through that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my partner would not like that. But even that, I had to go through something during the hiatus where it came to like commitment. Like
really,
yeah, because I was like, we had a real big. I said I wanted to, but I said to him, I'm like, I cannot commit to you because I'm putting myself in a box because you're not even where you want to be yet. So how can I commit to you? And you can only love me as far as you love yourself. Okay. So if we put a box on it, here are all these parameters and all these things, but you're trying to fill into my cup, I'm trying to fill in your cup, but you got to fill into your cup first. You got to be a little selfish first before you can even say there's a commitment, because you have to give into yourself, make sure you meet your parameters, make sure you meet your own self requirements, and then you could come. We can make this thing a thing if we really want to. But I got your back. You got mine. We know what it is.
Are there still things though that linger that you may, even if those parameters are met, would you still be selfish and be like, I can't?
No, I would. I think once those requirements are met, I'm totally down. Because, I mean, ultimately, I'm aspired to marriage either. But with the person, I never aspired to marriage. I never really aspired to be a parent until now, until like my last couple years of life. I'm 32 now. And there's the person that I feel comfortable with doing it with, but there's certain things, there's certain traumas and generational curses I'm not finna repeat. Right. My mom always say you do better than your parents.
My parents.
So I'm not finna I'm not finna do what they did or worse. We're gonna do better. So therefore, I cannot commit until those requirements are met, and then we could commit. And that's just how I feel.
Okay.
And that's that.
That's how she feels.
And whatever I say,
He know.
He know. He know my mom crazy.
Like,
my mom crazy. My mom is like, I just feel like right now where we're at in life, you just can't box anybody in. Even him, he's a sex enthusiast. I get to my woman stuff where I'm like, that's a hard eye. All right, well, go over there then. Go to where the person hard-eyed you at.
But that's him being selfish.
Go to where they live.
Wait,
go to where they live. You don't have to be here.
I'm playing devil's advocate now.
No,
because
you're right.
That's being selfish.
It is being selfish.
What he's doing.
He can, but just don't do it in my house.
In your house?
I don't care.
Even if he wasn't doing it in your house, let's be real.
If it's at my house, I don't care because I don't see it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like liking it in your house?
Yeah, don't do it in my house.
Oh, he could do it at his house.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Wait.
I can't see it. But I don't know what hurt me.
But then you still go on there and you see it.
No, I don't. Because it's like, I'm talking about like, say, you see a reaction from a picture or something.
Okay. Wait, what's going on
Listen, I'm
here?
so crazy to the point where I will mute you because I will dissect everything. So I mute people that I like. I do. Because I dissect everything. So in order for me to live how I live without any constraints and me being crazy activated, I just don't look at anything you post. It's just better that way.
This child won't be polygamous though.
Yeah. I know, right?
What the hell?
It's just better that way. Whatever I don't know won't hurt me. Period.
Okay. All right.
You know? So,
all right.
So, with that being said, that was a really great
a little bit of a perspective there.
That was. I liked it.
You liked it? All right. So, how can not pouring from a full cup harm you? What does that look like for you? Like, when you are not at your best and you try to give to other people, what does that look like? A mess, right?
Yeah. It don't even feel right in my soul. I just feel like if I can't do it. I just gotta like zone out. It's a D&D world for me. If I feel like I'm being pulled, I have to disconnect. I feel overwhelmed. I get anxious. My anxiety will be through the roof. I can't give to you unless I feel okay. So that's how you know I'm in a good state. If you know I'm like, you need this, you need that, you're good.
Me
too. If I'm not altruistic, that means I'm trying to like come back to me. And I really do not pour. I actually don't pour from an empty cup at all. I've learned that in my career. My career has a lot to do with that. I feel like I got better once I became a nurse, where I'm like, oh no, I'm not good.
Yeah.
I can't pour from no cup if I'm not good.
Right.
I can't help nobody.
You're taking care of people.
Yeah, and you're just burnt out, you know? So I don't even pour from an empty cup, Brittany.
Yeah.
It won't even let me. My soul won't even let me. My people around me won't even let me.
Well, for me.
Yeah.
I go in hiding often.
Yeah.
Like, I go in hiding anyway sometimes, but I shut down. Like, you ain't going here for me for maybe like 2-3 days at a time. And that's just what it is, because I got to come back to myself. I go missing for a little bit.
Yeah, you do.
It's not, because I don't, you know what it is? I don't like putting burdens on people.
Yeah.
And I know that's not good. That's actually like a
but
survival
you don't burden
thing.
people. I think that's
a
just
survival thing, and it's a coping mechanism because... and it comes from anxiety, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mental health
I feel like
thing.
we all do that. I feel like you, me, and my girl, our girl Jennifer, my best friend,
definitely shut down.
We definitely all get like that.
Yeah, and you will not hear from me.
But we honor each other. I feel like we definitely honor. We all
and
honor.
I feel like we can feel each other, so we would be like, oh, I feel like she's going through something right now.
Yeah.
But that's what I do. Yeah. You won't hear from me.
No. And you know what? I respect it, and I feel like I've also learned that from you.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the pouring of an empty cup.
Yeah.
Pouring of an empty cup for me sometimes is being everywhere. So I like to be a little mixy sometimes. My mom used to call me a callejera, right? But now that I'm older, I've learned to pull back because it's also energy like sucking.
Yeah, it depletes me.
So
I can't do it.
Even though I want to be everywhere, I feel it in my soul. Like there's a voice that's like, you need to sit down.
Yeah.
And even now, I'm gonna go to New York after this, but me and my cousin, we just gonna chill. Like, we ain't doing nothing.
Even after this, I got a baby shower, and even that is like,
it's because you gotta be like,
like, God bless the baby. And
yeah,
the mother,
of course, right.
But like, even after that, it's like, wow, my social battery, gotta recharge it.
You do.
And that's always been me though. I feel
I definitely learned that. I feel like when I went through my single journey, and living alone, and paying bills and being with my friends, learning balance.
Yeah.
And balance for me is that you don't need to be everywhere.
No, you don't.
So as much as I don't have, one thing I can say definitely is I have no FOMO.
I do not have FOMO.
I don't give a shit about missing out.
I don't even know what that is because I do not have that.
I don't give a shit about FOMO.
No.
But I am a person who likes to do things, and I'm like, the world is out there. Yeah. The world is out there. I got to see. But I've also changed it. So if I do want to do something, I have to make sure I'm not pouring from an empty cup, as well as doing something that's constructive to what I want to be aligned to. So I'm no longer doing like basic shit. I'm doing things that align with where I see myself.
I'm in a state where I'm having more fun. I'm trying to have more fun.
You are. And I'm definitely proud of you with that.
Because I'm a person who's just I could be very tunnel vision sometimes.
We spoke, yeah.
You know, and I'm just trying to have more fun with life. But I've also been through things that's trauma. She in therapy, relax. And you know,
and just enjoy the moment. I think something I always stress to you is like, just enjoy the moment. Just take the moment in.
You know,
just be.
Because I'm always thinking about the next thing I gotta do.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
Yeah.
That's why we need rest.
And that's why it's good to have people that are different from you in senses where they can pour different things into you.
And pull
so where you teach me how to just rest and be like, I'm good. I'm gonna peace out.
It teaches me to be mixy.
Just be mixy and not even mixy. Just be like, not even mixy, because mixy's like just going out people.
Well, good, no. Like, but more like constructive way.
In a constructive way. But I'm just saying, like, just be in the moment and be in your sexy.
Yeah.
Because I'm very listen. Me and my friends, I don't got I say this with pride. I ain't got not one ugly friend. Okay, and everybody's bad in their own right. So I feel as though when we do walk into rooms, sometimes people are like, who are they? You have half that are like, who are they? And then you have the other half who are like, who are they? Yeah. I want to know them.
Yeah. Wow. That was a great description.
Yes.
Because yes.
So and collectively, I think when sometimes we walk into a room, but
it's like, whoa.
We're like, because side eye, but it's like, you know, this is to anybody. Don't dim your light for nobody. And if people walking in with it and they feel some type of way, that's their own shit that they got going on. You ain't there to be their best friend. Yeah. You there to have a good time. Yeah. Peace the fuck out. Have a good time. I'm gonna be polite. I'm gonna have manners.
I'm learning how to shut it off.
Shut it off, and we gonna be in the moment and be cute. I'm sorry if we getting attention and you're not. The fuck? But that's it. So rest is not a reward, it is your right. Absolutely. I like that.
I always say it because it's true. It's your birthright. Rest is not a reward. You don't do a million things and be like, okay, I can rest now. I am a person who thinks we should be resting for 5 days, working for 2. That's
agree.
Just me. If we band together and do it together, what they gonna do?
Other countries do that though, and they have siestas.
They have a break for like the faces for me, Akina, that you are making right now.
It's so ghetto. It's just so ghetto, this treadmill, this freaking
ghetto,
hamster wheel.
It do be ghetto.
That we are on. Always you go to other countries and they're like,
oh, you guys don't have 2-hour breaks in the middle of the day and just nap? No, I wish I could.
Me voy a la playa y después, I'm going to sell my bananas. Okay. And eat sugar cane.
They literally shut the whole city down for about 2 hours
Girl,
to
don't get
rest.
Me started, because I'm trying to get my house.
And then they're back up again.
What we doing here? The land of the free? I think not. But that's a whole nother conversation, okay? But
yeah, so rest is really not a reward. It is definitely a right.
And that
I stand by that.
So yesterday I had a day like that because I felt like I've been working and doing I've been taking care of patients like back to back, and I said, Akina, even though I did look at my planner to see what more money I could make, I was like, Akina, you're not doing nothing that pertains to work. Not a business, not a job, nothing. And that's what I did.
Good.
And I went to Red Robin.
Good.
It was good.
I haven't been to Red Robin in a while.
It was banging.
I got sick last time.
Oh, anyways. They didn't cook that burger all the way, girl.
No, somebody didn't wash their hands or something. Okay.
Get that Whiskey River. But it's good. Sorry.
That is good. It's a burger, right?
Woo! With the onion strings.
I'm sorry, we're going on a tangent like we always do. Never mind. But yes.
That was my good meal for the day.
Now I'm hungry.
I'm sorry. So yeah.
I'm gonna get me a donut, Marvin.
So what are things that cue you to take a break? I feel like we discussed that.
Just used a good word the other day. My temperament. My temperament will be off. Like
I'll be a bitch.
I'm just like
I get bitchy.
But I get very agitated at things I wouldn't normally get agitated with.
Yeah.
And
I get naggy.
Like I say, my son humbles me all the time. Yeah. He'll look at me. He'll be like, "Are you okay?" Literally.
He is very honest.
He's like, "Do you need the rock?" So I got him a purple amethyst. I got him a purple amethyst crystal. So he goes, "Do you need the rock to calm down?"
Yo, I love him. He's so sweet. He's just so like.
That's how I know I'm tripping. When my 8-year-old be like, "Are you all right?
Yeah.
Mom, you okay?"
I just see stars.
Like, yeah.
I just see stars and space around him whenever I deal with him.
Oh, because he's an Aquarius.
Yeah, I just feel stars in space and just like whatever. Mm-hmm. It's cool. Mm-hmm. Chill out. You know, I'm like, you're right.
That's my kid.
But my cue definitely is I start to get bitchy. I start to get naggy. Like I'll think like when I'm with my person, I just be like, "Did you do this? Did you do that?" Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? He'd be like, I'm gonna go for a couple days.
Even my own friends, you'd be like, "Are you all right?" Sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like, "You good?"
You'd be like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "I'm not. You're right. I'm really not good." I start twitching. I'm not good at all. I need to rest.
But we honor that. I feel like I have great people around me where we just honor each other and our rest.
And we talk it out, too.
And we talk it out. Even that day, you, me, and Jen, we was in the group chat, and we was just talking about the shit that was annoying us that day. We were just talking about everything that was annoying us. And then the next day, we was fine. The next day we was fine. We be cracking jokes, which is another thing too. It's like, thank God we laugh.
Yeah.
You have to laugh.
You have to laugh through it.
It's a segue. You have to laugh. And it's very important. It's very therapeutic because you can't take life too seriously. And I think living here in America,
especially the last 3 years,
we take everything so serious. And it's time to kind of just
put on edge.
You can't break my soul. You can't break my soul. I'm telling everybody. Like, that was perfect because it's true. Don't let nobody break your soul. Don't let this society break your soul. Like, you have to go back to you. Find your way home to you. Yeah, so you could do this mundane shit every day. Like, for real. We don't look like this because we do the same thing every day.
And you know what else helps you with that? Subscribing to our channel.
Subscribe.
Just saying.
Also, grounding, meditating. It don't have to look the same every day. I get a little hard on myself. So I'm like, I need to meditate every day. No. Sometimes you don't have time for that. But I do. I read Psalms. You read Psalms. It's little things that bring me back to.
I pray a lot.
I pray a lot. Little things that bring me back home to me, where I'm like, okay, I'm talking to my faith. He gets me. I get him. He knows I'm watching.
And we staying 10 toes down.
We stay 10 toes down to spirituality because I know that's another thing. I look at my spiritual hygiene when I start feeling. That's when I know it's time to take a break.
And that's how you know you're evolving, though.
Yeah,
because you actually honor it.
I honor it, and it talks to me. It's like
you start doing things. You sent me this video. It was like, why you sad? Go up and do spells or some shit.
That's me.
You? Light a candle.
Light a candle. That was me last night. I was like, let me do
light a candle and handle it.
And then give it to God. When you light that candle,
and give it to God.
Give it to God. He got it. So yeah, I like this last one too. What results from taking the proper rest and breaks needed?
Did I write that? Oh, you wrote that.
No, you did it.
I did that?
Yeah. And I think things like this.
Things like this.
Us coming back with like higher energy. Mm-hmm. I just felt my energy was getting low towards like last season. And I knew my trip was coming up. I knew like I was evolving. I was going through like
you had to handle.
Yeah, I was going through like another spiritual awakening. I thought, there's certain things you think we
need to talk about that.
Yeah, there's certain things you think you've learned and you still need to learn and revisit. So there were certain things I had to revisit.
Episode 4.
Yeah, definitely. I had to revisit it. And what resulted is I just feel so comfortable in who I am right now.
Yeah.
I just feel like whoever thinks whatever they think is on them.
Okay.
And I don't really give a shit.
Okay. Can we please revert back to what I said the other day?
Say it again.
All right. Well, I'm going to go find it because.
Check the material.
You got to. Woo.
Check the material, baby.
I feel like I'm screaming in this mic right now.
And you're not for everybody. And that's okay.
That is okay. Hold on.
She waiting for it. She getting the quote. She getting the quote. But right. That's literally like just being happier and being more free, So that's definitely what this is. Like that's what I feel like this break did for me.
Y'all ready for this?
Get into it.
I started this thing where I let people believe whatever they want about me because it literally doesn't change anything in my reality.
Say it again.
If it makes you feel better to say or feel something negative about me, do you, boo-boo. I still sleep well at night.
And I think you should say it again for the people out there.
Again? One more time for the one time? Mm-hmm. All right. I started this thing where I let people believe whatever they want about me because it literally does not change anything in my reality. If it makes you feel better to say or feel something negative about me, do you, boo-boo.
That's a positive.
I still sleep well at night.
That's a positive affirmation. And I think on that note,
rest is not a reward. It's your birthright.
Give me a break.
Give me a break.
Give us a break. Give yourself a break. Stay grounded.
And that's the spiritual tip.
Do it.
Don't sleep.